Oh, yeah. Go. Amazing. That's my boy. That's my boy.
He breaks away from a sack and completes the pass for first down.
Oh, Kittle just may have made the most amazing catch.
He fights for the first down and gets out of bounds, too.
It's no good. Overtime. Oh, what a catch. How do you drop that? What are you, Jamal Adams? Touchdown.
This is a touchdown all the way.
He reached over the pylon. San Francisco beat Cincinnati.
All right. We are not here to watch football. We are here to taste some hot sauce. This channel, Brooklyn Brothers Food Review, was originally called Krevat Attack. It kind of still is. And before we did food, we did hot sauce. You got the three Krevat Brothers. But today, we're going live, and we're interviewing the one and only Greenbean. And we're going to find out all about him, all about his life, who he is, and we're going to do it over extreme hot sauce.
Oh, that's the plan. I like that. We're going to talk and to be like, hey, back when I was 13,
Yes.
we're going to okay, all right.
Very truthful when your mouth is on fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to look, I'm going to take your lead on it. You guys are the pros. You've been doing this a long time. I have watched many Krevat Attack videos when Jeremy was annoyingly trying to make me put him on my shows back in the beginning. He kept sending me Krevat Attack videos, and I watched them, and then now I love the Brooklyn Brothers stuff. So this is good. I'm just going to follow your lead and see how well I handle it. All right.
And not just watching Brooklyn Brothers, you were on an episode with the Italian hot dog.
That's right. Inadvertently, I was the star of an episode. Jeremy was, he was very, he pales in comparison, so it's hard, but that was great. Jimmy Buff's. I haven't been to Jimmy Buff's in honestly maybe 20 years. I used to live right down the street from that place, so we would go there, once a month, once every couple of months, for many years. But yeah, and then I got to go there with Jeremy and eat the Italian hot dog, and then it made it into an episode of Brooklyn Brothers. That was cool.
There you go. Then I got a tour of Greenbean's earlier years when he lived there. I got to see everything. He took us on a tour, me and his son.
Yeah, that was my first apartment.
We have an unpublished episode of Krevat Attack when we tasted hot sauce, and it was the one. It never made it. We never released it. It was the one where Jeremy had just been a guest on a Jets football YouTube channel, and he was just so excited about it. He wore his jersey, and we all wore things, jerseys that were like.
When I got onto Jets Talk 24/7, for like one of the pre-draft shows.
And it would seem old now because obviously you didn't just do your first show ever, Jeremy and Greenbean. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was when you were still like a caller, right?
Yeah,
He had hair back then.
I was just.
I don't know if he's ever had hair.
I was just a caller. That's when I was cheating to get onto Greenbean's channel. I cheated.
Do you guys know the story? And we can tell it over hot sauce or whatever. But do you guys know the story of how Jeremy got onto my channel?
Well, I think we should say it, but I think we should start the tasting first.
Yeah, let's do the nice mild classic, and then we'll go into a story.
Oh, you want me to get the other ones? Okay, let me get the other ones.
Yeah, we'll do the trio. We'll work our way up.
I have
it open mine left. Yeah, I haven't opened mine left.
I opened mine 10 minutes ago just to get the plastic wrap off the tops, so I'll be able to open it quickly.
All right, we've been housing the middle one. It's
Los
delicious.
Calientes barbacoa. Nice.
All right, I'm gonna go get. I only brought the Apollo one, so let me go get the other ones. I'll be back in.
Okay, we'll talk about you.
Yeah, of course, as you should. It's a moment. It's the window. I'll be right back.
We're doing the classic.
Yeah, this is the original classic. I've never had this.
I've never had. Oh, I have had this.
Yeah, I had the blue label, which was the garlic version. I haven't had this version.
I missed out.
So yeah, this is super popular. Every guest, every star that comes on the show, Hot Ones, always compliments this sauce. Like they always make it a very big point of saying, "Wow, this is delicious, really good." A lot of them have asked for bottles on the show because they said they like it so much.
So I think on Krevat Attack we reviewed it. I think we gave it a 1 on heat.
On heat, yeah.
If we reviewed it, it must have been back in the times when we all had different hot sauces, and you must have done it because I never had that.
Based on the ingredients, I'm guessing that Karma makes this for them as well, or something. Maybe I don't know.
Think so. I think maybe Pucker Butt makes the hottest ones and the mildest ones, and Karma just makes the Los Calientes, I think.
Right. So as Greenbean is getting the sauce, I'm gonna read the ingredients. I guess
You can't even read it on this. The yellow on red print is not enough contrast for my eyes.
I know this is really bad. I took a picture of it so I could blow it up. So it says organic chili de Abrol peppers, organic apple cider vinegar, organic vinegar, water, organic garlic, kosher salt, and organic turmeric. Those are the ingredients of this sauce.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to say, if you're watching this on LinkedIn, you can come to YouTube and then you can participate in the chat and we'll be able to see it.
Like this.
Hold on. Look how much I have left of the classic. Can you guys tell? Look at that.
Oh my
I just
God.
opened my bottle.
You love it. And this one, this is, I guess I had it backwards. This is the middle one. The classic is like the mild, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one we've been using. But this one too, just not quite as much. But the Apollo, I have not the last dab. I have not
Saving the fear.
at all. Yeah, haven't done anything with that one.
I can
Yeah,
smell.
that's the unranked hottest pepper there is.
I can smell the.
Yeah.
I can smell
So the guy.
vinegar.
So if you've seen all the news recently about Pepper X being the Guinness World Record holder, the same mad genius bred the Apollo pepper, but he's been saving that one. So like for years he had Carolina Reaper as the hottest, and then he finally said, "Okay, I've milked that promotion for all it's worth. Now I'll actually have independent labs rate the Pepper X," and it broke the record. And in a couple of years, when he's done saying world's hottest pepper for that one, he will rate the Apollo and it will beat it because he already knows it's hotter. He just hasn't had it officially graded.
Now we're gonna.
No.
I'll say this.
Let me ask real quick. Now, is this the one that they do on that like internet show or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yep. These 3 are exclusive, made for that show. The hot ones on First We Feast. Okay, Jeremy, what's in these?
I was just gonna say I read the ingredients. I'm gonna say it's very obvious it's gonna be mild because when you smell it, you smell vinegar. So,
Okay, I'm opening it up.
Now, Greenbean, we do 1/4 of a teaspoon. I don't know if you're prepared for that or if you were gonna put it on that food you were showing us.
We like to do it straight so we get the burn.
Burn, baby.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna use a half on
And
this
just go-
first one.
Just for
my
fun.
plan.
Okay. Well, I also have a half handy, so I will go ahead and do the half as well. I've got my collection.
I'm already set.
What do I do then? What do I do?
You do it everyone. You just do a swig of it.
No, I did. Yeah. I'll
Put it on some
I
some
got
food.
little-
Put it on the back of your hand and snort it. You know, whatever turns you on.
Yeah.
Some of the chat,
I'll put it on
Snowball said, do shots. I did shots of like the Wake Up Call by Hoffenpepper. Those are delicious.
Is that
Shot-worthy.
hot? Are those hot?
It's a medium heat one, mild to medium, but it's got actual coffee in it. It's made with coffee. Wake Up Call. It's really nice.
Basically, I made a Bloody Mary out of it.
So, guys, Jet Talk 24/7. That was Ryan's show where I made my first appearance when we did that show, and I was all excited. I got on the show. There were 300 people watching me.
I should release that episode at some point.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not looking at the chat, but Jets Talk, since you noted that we are apparently easy to peg as brothers, why don't you put down everybody in the chat? Go ahead and write what you think the age ranking is. Who's the oldest, the middle, and the youngest in our group of brothers? Go ahead and
let's
place
have
your
people
bets,
do it.
people.
Oh, place your bets.
Place your bets.
All right,
Okay,
you want
everybody
to do it?
That's
I'm
right.
not included in that.
No.
No.
Clearly.
Grandpa Greenbean's not included.
Right, exactly. That's just too damn easy.
All right.
All right. We doing this thing? I got a little
Gonna
chili maple.
The time for us to enter a little bit of Hebrew with L'chaim.
L'chaim. Baruch Adonai. There we go. Oh.
He learned that from his wife.
Hey, skipped a word.
A tie?
Yeah.
It felt weird.
It felt weird. The rhythm wasn't there.
That's the rhythm part.
The rhythm wasn't there.
Okay, no heat.
Mild.
No heat. Delicious. I could taste I could taste why these would be great on wings. Like I could I could put 12 wings.
I'm going for another half because I want to taste it some more.
There's a little heat. I mean, I think this is like, in my opinion, a hot sauce that people that never do hot sauces will feel like, yeah, man, that was hot. Yeah, I did all right. 12 of those.
It's the neighborhood of, a table sauce like a Frank's or a Tabasco or, one of those everyday put it on stuff. Heats.
What order, Joe? Are you saying that I'm the oldest and Lee's the youngest?
I'll buy that.
I'll tell you too what I think, and I honestly don't know. I mean, we might have danced around it before. I think it's Lee, Jeremy, Matt. That's what I think.
Is that oldest to youngest?
Yeah, old. Yeah, right.
You're making me feel old, Greenbean.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He's going by hairline.
That's what I think. Or you know what I really think? I think I'm trying to, I don't know. I think Jeremy's the oldest. That's what I think. He's got old man all over him.
So Greenbean, you want to tell your perspective on Jeremy's big guest appearance and how this all got started?
How did I make it onto your channel?
How he broke you down?
Yeah. War
From your
just
perspective.
chipped away. So I had as you guys may or may not know, I was on the road for a number of years. So really my channel, I was doing Jet Nation stuff, but I didn't make my channel until I was on the road. So my entire first year and almost 2 years, I was living in an RV and I was traveling around riding roller coasters and all that. And one day we did something called the Jersey Shore Coaster Tour to benefit a charity, like a dog rescue. We made I think just around $2,500 for this dog rescue. We tried to ride every roller coaster on the Jersey Shore in one day. All right. So I took a picture of a very obscure place on that tour. And I said, if somebody can tell me where this is, I'll have you on as a guest. And Jeremy guessed once. So there were 12 places. Jeremy guessed once. He was incorrect the first time. Then he guessed a second time. He was incorrect again. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. He was incorrect every single time. Well, I'm
That
all right.
sounds like Jeremy.
Yeah. Tell him what I did. Tell him what I did, who I reached out to.
So I know how to tell a fucking story there, buddy. Right?
I'll tell you the story he told me.
Yeah. He said he called me and asked me, he begged me to come on. Yeah. So
you begged him.
And so he gets all the way down. It's a finite amount of places. There's only so many.
He's just reading an atlas.
1 or 10 in, and he's wrong. And then he decides I forget the vehicle you use, but it was Facebook or what have you.
Instagram.
He reaches out to my wife. So my wife says, hey, there's this guy, Jeremy, reaching out to me. I'm like, Jeremy who? And she tells me, I'm like, that motherfucker. She says, yeah, it's Ocean City, New Jersey. So he goes, Ocean City. He had one more guess anyway, and I was a little rubbed. I'll admit I was a little rubbed, but I decided to go ahead and let him come on anyway. And here we are,
It's points for ingenuity. He does the research.
Yeah, but you know what, Matt? It's always in my pocket. I'm like, this guy will call my wife
in a second.
without question, no hesitation.
I mean, I think it's because he spent a lot of time watching, The Mentalist, and he knows that any good mentalist does research on the topic before reading the person's mind. Get the answers first.
I'm sure most people here know this already, but for those that don't, because I know some people are watching it through my LinkedIn channel, they could get a better view of it, I think, by going to YouTube. But they might know that Jeremy's on your show all the time now. He does the games with you, and he's a regular.
And we should specify the show is Jeremy and Greenbean, and to a lesser extent Lee, are YouTube personalities, experts in the Jets, and do shows shows about the Jets. They do fantasy drafts. They analyze the games. They think of ways to insult the fans who don't support properly, and then they lose their tempers. And Greenbean, particularly my favorite recent thing, cursed the younger Greenbean who chose to be a Jets fan at age 7. I led him down this trail.
That actually
brings up out of what I did.
Greenbean, that's a question I really wanted to get out there, and that is, what's your origin story with regard to the Jets? I mean, I don't know if all your fans know how it all started for you.
Well, yeah, Matt O'Leary says Jeremy slid in the DMs. That's what he did.
He does that with a lot of people's wives. Don't feel special.
Yeah, well, there you go. That actually makes me feel a little bit better. I grew up in Northeast New Jersey. I was born in Orange, New Jersey, which is just like a little suburb, if you will, of Newark, New Jersey. Very, very, if you go there today, you'll notice that you don't want to be there for very long. And so I was born there. We lived kind of around there. Then I moved down to the Jersey Shore and everything. So that was like where I grew up. That's where my family's hub was. And most of my family are Giants fans. Most. There's a Dallas fan here. There's a Miami fan there. But I have a huge Italian family up there. And I would say, 90% are Giants fans. I have one Jets fan. And that's Aunt Gina, who comes in the chat. All right. So Aunt Gina, at that time, she was the sole Jets fan. And Aunt Gina was the youngest aunt. So she was the youngest of my father's siblings. So she was the closest. And she was, like, to me, I was significantly younger than her, but she was cool. Like, she would take me out listening to the Beatles and those kinds of things. She was just cool. And when I was 10 years old, the Jets... It was when the Jets, the Sack Exchange, Richard Todd, all that, they got into the AFC Championship game for the first time, since the Super Bowl, right? That was the first time they had gotten so far. So she scooped me up and she took me with her to this bar at a restaurant called the Ground Round in Belleville, New Jersey.
Yeah, the Ground Round, cheap steak.
Remember the peanut shells on there? You used to eat peanuts and throw them on the floor. Like, throw it on the floor. Like, all right. It was fun. So, so we went there and we watched Richard Todd throw 5 interceptions and the Jets score 0 points. And I was in love.
That was my last Jet game that I watched.
That was good for you, man.
In my number 14 jersey, watching Richard Todd throw interception after interception.
Well, you see, there's an intelligence gap between you and I. It seems. Someone identified this is not for me, and somebody else goes, "Oh, they're going to turn it around."
Matthew, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, Matt, or I call you Arch, but. You like front runners. You're not stupid. You want to have fun when you watch sports. So you like the Yankees. We like the Mets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like the Yankees because you'd like the Mets. I mean, I chose the Yankees because you were a Mets fan. And then Mom comes out of the closet, a closet Yankee fan who couldn't say anything because she was the only Yankee fan until I chose the Yankees.
Moving on to the next
about Jeremy.
Okay. As we move to the next sauce, should we reveal our age rankings for those who were guessing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's say Greenbean is pretty spot on. Jeremy's the oldest. No, Lee is the oldest. I am the abused middle child, and Jeremy is the baby brother.
Jeremy's the youngest.
He is the baby brother.
And I just turned 60, by the way.
Oh, you're older than me.
I thought I was
we're
when
all
you
older
said
than you, Greenbean. We're
when
all
you said
Yeah,
when you
I'm-
said when you
I-
watched Richard Todd throw those interceptions. I thought I was in college.
Yeah, I was in middle school. I was in junior high then.
Yeah. So how old are you, Matt?
I am 56.
All right, you guys. How old is Jeremy?
53.
Oh, you're all older than I'm
Yeah.
the fucking baby.
Yeah.
You the baby.
That's right. We're gonna
Baby.
flip the script.
Let me tell you, this next sauce, the Los Calientes. This is the barbacoa. Now, this is like the third version of this hot sauce.
Los Calientes.
They've always been delicious. So far, I have never had this one, so I'm excited. The ingredients: peppers, open parenthesis. That means they're going to list the peppers. I figured that out. Applewood smoked red jalapeno, chipotle, habanero. Chipotle. I know he always gets on me for that. Habanero. Close parentheses, green bean. Okay, lime juice, agave nectar, apricot, and in parentheses with ascorbic acid and citric acid, close parentheses, apple cider vinegar, apple juice, tomatillo, or tomatillo, salt, roast garlic, onion, cilantro, cumin, black pepper, celery seed. Refrigerate after opening.
Good
I
job,
have not
Jeremy. That was a
refrigerated.
lot of reading there.
Yeah, I have disregarded that, and it's been sitting on my counter.
Yeah, and you don't really need to refrigerate
I
them.
know.
The flavors stay better longer, but the pH of these is not letting them go bad.
Ooh,
And it's not
this-
cilantro, it's culantro that's in this, so you don't have to worry about the soapy taste. It's actually
So,
culantro.
we don't refrigerate our eggs and we don't refrigerate our butter. How you feel about that?
I think non-refrigerating butter is definitely the way to go. Do you have one of those like upside down water holders that keeps it nice and fresh, or just regular countertop
No,
holder?
just we use it fast. So,
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, I mean, when I first switched over, the idea of using like hard, like, cold butter and tearing bread, I can't even imagine. Like, it just smears. It's wonderful, everybody. I don't know what we're thinking.
Lo siguiente, Juan.
You ready?
My
Here we
friend
go.
Juan, my friend
Chaim.
Juan, the wise guy. Wait a
Chaim.
second. What, you didn't even let me.
You
Sure.
you were the one who were rushing us. You got started. You were reading.
Look, I am late.
We're setting it up.
Oh, that's tastier. That's better
I love
tasting.
That's
Oh,
my
that-
favorite.
This is wonderful.
That's so good. It's
Isn't it?
so good.
Wow. I recommend buying this, guys.
Oh,
Everybody
100%.
buy it.
If
This
you,
is
can,
absolutely fantastic.
if you can get like a 3-pack of all 3 Los Calientes flavors, the rojo, the verde, and the barbacoa, they're beyond amazing.
This one's
It's
got
a little hotter though.
Yeah,
I give this a 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I
for
give
sure.
it a 2
I'm feeling it.
on a 1
Yeah,
to 10
it's-
scale.
Yeah,
This-
so if you watch Hot Ones, the one we just had previous, the classic is their number 1. The Calientes is either in the 4 or the 5 spot, depending on what else is around it.
Yeah, but on the Krevat attack scale, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
2.
a 2.
Yeah.
We noticed this spice.
Jeremy would like us to be more realistic about these numbers, but it really is a 2.
Is it a 5? Is your top?
10.
No, well, theoretically a 10, but we've never had one. 10, as Lee defines it, is I would not be willing to take a second shot. And we had one that put Lee on the floor, made him crawl out of the room on the second shot, but we took the second shot, so that was a
Okay,
9.
the way that story goes is the second shot accidentally was a half instead of a quarter teaspoon. My mouth made it through that fine, but my stomach, after about 5 minutes, started gurgling,
Instant
Ooh.
cramps.
and I
Yeah.
had to go to the bathroom.
Hey,
And my
talking
my
Jeff,
son was our guest for that, and I turned to him and said, "Well, your uncle's dead. I guess you're promoted to mainstream host."
talking
That's
Jeff
like-
here. I
Oh,
just wanna-
that's me.
I
That's
just
me.
wanna say there's good. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, talking Jets, there might be some fun news coming up in the next few weeks regarding that channel.
Yeah, we decided not to with you. though.
Oh, no fun news.
There will be no news.
No news.
No news is good
Also-
news with Gary
Gnu.
Gnu.
Yeah, I'll switch back. I didn't realize I was talking Jets. I was doing something earlier. Here we go.
So, Greenbean, what about, you haven't discussed at all, you also are an expert at roller coasters. I know you've done them all over the country. Have you done them internationally? And how did all that come about?
I have not done it internationally, only because I haven't had the opportunity. I would love to. We're trying to plan a trip, which interestingly enough, Phil Adams, who's in the chat right now, there is a world-renowned amusement park in his neighborhood. Like he lives in Stoke-on-Trent in the UK in England. And that happens to be where an amusement park called Alton Towers is. And they have some famous, I believe they have the Saw roller coaster and they have Wicker Man, a few others. So I'd like to get out there. If I do, Phil, by the way, 10 minutes away, he says. If I do, Phil, you are going to be quite literally my first call. We were looking at cruises. We're trying to figure out a vacation where it is, in my wife's words, where she doesn't have to cook or clean. You know, I'm like, let's get an Airbnb. She's like, yeah, great. So I can clean all day, you know? So we're looking at cruises. And the first thing I said, there is a cruise ship with a roller coaster on it now. Did you guys know that?
Wow.
It's called Bolt. So we'll see if we can pull that off. But I just kind of, you know what? My first roller coaster was at Seaside Heights, New Jersey, called the Jetstar.
Sure.
Which was replaced by the Starjet, which is the coaster that very famously ended up in the ocean during Hurricane Sandy. So that little chunk of the boardwalk was the first place I ever went on a roller coaster. And I have been a fan ever since. I've been on like maybe, I think it's around 330 different coasters. That's not to say I've been on some 25 times, you know, all that. But as far as like different coasters. Now, when we left for that tour, the goal was every coaster. So at the time, there were 770 coasters, maybe 200, 150 were like just kiddie coasters that we don't need. Like we'll ride them, but we're not going to go out of the way to get to them. So maybe let's say there were 550 coasters that we wanted to get on. We ended up making it on 260 because the day after we left was when they shut the country down for COVID. It was like, oh, okay. This is new. But yeah, so I've been on lots of coasters and I love it. I mean, if anytime anyone talks about roller coasters, within 10 minutes, they know that they have asked a complete nerd and that they want me to shut up.
You are the anti-Jeremy, because like when Jeremy was 9-10 years old, we went to Busch Gardens and he did the Loch Ness Monster with a double loop, got off and he goes, I'm done. I'm never doing a roller coaster again.
Well, I was young to be on that roller coaster.
You were.
Well, you know what's so Busch Gardens is my home park right now. That's where I live. So they are redoing, Jeremy, the Loch Ness Monster right now for next year. They're like retracking it and they're giving it some TLC so it could last another 30, 40 years.
One day when I'm in North Carolina, I really want to, because it's only a 3-hour drive. I want to do the drive there and meet you. So I can do some roller coasters.
That used to be my bonding day with my son. My oldest son loves roller coasters. We would either go to Carowinds, which is like 2.5 hours away, or King's Dominion or Busch Gardens. Like every year we did a just me and him trip to one of the 3 parks.
So this was my first roller coaster. I didn't get out much.
I mean, our grandparents lived a 10-minute walk from the Cyclone.
Never did it.
I did it. The Cyclone's the scariest coaster because people do die on it once every decade. So you feel like you can die, and you can. It's falling apart.
Well, you know, I mean, there's worse ways to die.
Yeah, I think the scariest thing about a roller coaster, and you've probably done this, Greenbean, is the first time you do it with your son, because like you don't care. But when it starts up and your son's next to you, you're like, if he falls out and dies, my wife is going to kill me. This is all on me.
She loves coasters just as much as he does.
When they were really young, I took my kids on, I think it's the Dragon at Legoland in San Diego, California, in Carlsbad. And it was a great intro roller coaster. No, not scary at all. And the kids, it kind of hooked them.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You know what I mean? Slowly, incrementally, like let them feel the fun, not the fear first. That's the way to do it. But, to your point, Matt, I'll tell you, because we go on, 300-foot coasters. Like at Carowinds, they have Fury 325. We've done Intimidator up here at King's Dominion. That's 305 feet. And, up in Cedar Point, there's the Millennium Force, which is 300 feet. And so like we were on, and then there's the hyper coasters, which are 200, 220, 250, those kinds of things. And one time we were at Six Flags over Georgia. And it's funny because just like you're saying, like with me, like I used to be scared for myself. Like, oh my God, I hope it doesn't go off the track. Now I'm like, I hope this child doesn't fly out of the damn seat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
especially
so
the ones where you're dangling, where like, their feet
yeah.
are just dangling, terrifying as a father.
Yeah.
I'm fine like sticking him on line by himself. I'll see you when you get off. I'm confident then, but if I'm next to him, I'm terrified the whole time.
Terrified.
Hey,
I was on. We were on Titan at Six Flags over Georgia, and my daughter's next. My daughter, she's getting bigger now. She's almost 13, but at the time she was like little. She's slight, she's like petite, and she's next to me, and I'm doing this whole like I have awareness there. And on the first drop, which is 230 feet or so, I got hit with something.
Oh, no.
Like hard, like it cut my arm open, like not open. That's a little dramatic, but there was blood. And the way that I described it and what I really thought happened was that somebody was on the side and they hit me with the 2x4. Like that's what it felt. I'm like, holy shit. And I was like all scared, like something was happening. I grabbed her. I'm like, what's happening? But I got off. I'm like, yeah. So, they're like, yeah, it was most likely someone's cell phone. Like somebody's cell phone flew off and just hit me. And I could have swore there was like, hacksaw Jim Duggan was waiting there with a 2x4 to club me.
We only have
those are the
wasn't that the 9 minutes left? And I really think we need that for the killer.
Yeah, we need to move up to the Apollo before we run. Yeah, I've got a podcast to record after this.
So let's open it up, or if you have already
opened it up. That first smell of this is going to be intense. I know it.
Even the smell will hurt.
Yeah.
I gotta say, even though I cheated to get on Greenbean's channel, since then I've had heroic moments where I've saved the show. He lost connection, and then I kept it going for him.
God be praised.
While he was running into a Walmart to buy a new connection.
I think I just burned out my nasal hairs.
You just took it? You didn't wait?
No, smelling it. My nasal hairs just burned up.
I overpoured like usual.
God,
let me just admit before we do this, I'm not excited about this. I want you to know.
This is a 500-foot roller coaster right here.
There it is.
Are we ready to do this? Are we ready to l'chaim?
Oh, first of all, it's oozing out like ketchup. It's so thick. Like I had to hit the bottle practically. This is like just pure pepper. Oh, wait, Jeremy didn't read it.
Oh,
we go read it after, Jeremy.
Well,
I won't be able to.
Few ingredients. It's worth reading.
It's not much to read. It's not much to read. I promise you. It's
pepper.
It's
worse.
Hold on a second.
The Apollo pepper.
It's the Apollo pepper, distilled vinegar, the Apollo pepper powder, the Apollo pepper distillate.
Oh,
it's going to be really,
God.
really hot.
This might be worse than the Reaper sauce that almost killed you.
Yeah, but I'm only doing a little over a quarter because I overpoured. But
we who are about to die salute you. I feel like
ready?
I feel like we're going to be the Jet season after this.
Thank you for doing this, Greenbean. Here we
Salud.
go.
We'll do it the Italian way this time. A salud.
Salud.
Oh, this is not like the other last step. Oh, there's no Caribbean flavor. Oh,
a little sweet, a little pepper.
Yeah.
Not much sweet.
That.
Then a little bitterness in the aftertaste.
Oh. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're nailing it, man.
Yeah, maybe a lot of bitterness in the aftertaste.
It made me cold.
Okay.
What time is it? 4:39. It's time for my yogurt break that I always take every day at 4:30.
This is a burn.
This is a burn.
Give me hiccups. It's only the third sauce to do that.
Oh,
Wow, dude.
oh,
Oh, I want.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's about as fun as fucking pulling my pecker off.
No, oh, don't touch your pecker until you wash your hands, by the way.
Yeah.
And don't blow yourself, especially until you brush teeth.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So the problem is it gets your saliva going, and as it mixes with saliva, it's like acid just coming out of your own mouth. Okay, Lee, you ready for a second one?
No.
I didn't think so.
Ooh. Okay.
If we have
This
to
is
end
no
this
joke.
at 4:45, we're not going to get to take a second hit.
No, it's not a hot scores. We don't have to.
Well, second hit.
Whew.
Lungs are on fire.
Dude, that is no joke, everybody.
Yeah. That's a hot sauce. Ooh. That is one that you're making chili and you put a quarter of a teaspoon in the pot.
Right. And everybody will be like, woo.
Right. It'll heat the whole pot without changing the flavor because you put so little in. That was nice, though. That was a nice burn. I got a little tear in the back. We got a couple of hiccups out of it, which is always nice.
No hiccups. Just pain.
I'll say I texted my brothers earlier, Greenbean. My wife told me to swing by Wegmans and pick up dinner for me and the kids. And usually that means I get the 20 wings for $20 deal for myself. And then I was like, what am I thinking? I'm not going to eat 20 wings and then come on and do the hot sauces. I'll die.
Well, I got a question for Greenbean. Greenbean, have you ever smoked heroin?
No.
No,
But I've
shoots it.
intravenously injected, pounds of it.
Greenbean, if the Jets win the Super Bowl next year, what do you do? How do you celebrate?
With the last dab of Apollo pepper.
Yeah. That's a safe bet.
You know what? Lee, I gotta tell you, I used to have all kinds of plans. I've let go of everything. I'm probably gonna celebrate it by sitting in my office here, my studio with fucking Jeremy crying. That's probably what we'll do.
Live streaming just tears for an hour.
We'll just cry.
It's like that movie Love Actually. I'm going to be sitting here with my fat manager, Jeremy, crying.
Right.
Hey, Greenbean.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers goes down on the third play next year.
Oh, we laugh, right?
We got it. You got it.
We laugh our asses off. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing. I mean, what can you do? And right now, Jets fans, sad to say, are getting. This is hard to speak. I want you to know that.
Yeah. My tongue is a little bit on fire.
You know what? It got my roof too, man. Like the back of the roof of my mouth. It's literally in pain. I mean, it's pain. But
don't lick your lips.
No lip licking.
No
lip licking. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Aaron Rodgers, Jet fans are.
Oh yeah, we're getting all the bullshit that Green Bay fans hated, with none of the benefit to play. None. They at least got Hall of Fame, MVP, Super Bowl play. We get nothing, and he's still pissing everybody off. Bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, that woman is smart. They climbed a polished chariot and flew too close.
Jets go deep. The Jets go deep in the playoffs next year. What Jet is most likely to be MVP
next year?
Gastineau.
Next year.
Oh, wait. What did you say?
Mark Gastineau.
No, I'm sorry, Matt. The question. What was the full question?
The question is: if the Jets go deep in the playoffs or win the Super Bowl next year, which Jet wins the MVP for the year?
Clearly, it's Jets chaos.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think if we do that, it's gonna have to be Aaron Rodgers. This is not fun. I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Hey, by the way, the burn turn has happened.
The burn turn?
Yeah, so it's on the downhill thing. It's not getting hotter anymore.
When there's a minute that's like less hot than the last minute, like it's getting better. You're at the peak. You pass the peak.
Phil, let me just tell you that the Ring of Fire is actually tomorrow morning about 4 a.m. when we get up in pain.
I don't get that, man. I don't get no Ring of Fire.
No, me neither. You know, when they like label hot sauces like butt burner and all that, I don't understand that. I don't like it.
I get the burn belly. Once I get past the belly, I'm good to go.
Me too. As a matter of fact, like when I go to like these hot sauce stores, wherever, you know, like you go in these places and they have like 150,000 hot sauce. Any of them that say like butt burner or, you know, whatever, I won't buy it on principle. I don't give a shit if it's the greatest sauce on earth. I ain't buying it. I don't like it.
So what's really fun for weird people like us to go into a store like that is when they have all the different things to taste, I'll go to what the hottest one is and start to pour it myself if it's self-serve, you know, and then be like, are these spicy? And before the poor clerk can freak out and react, just pop it in my mouth and have them be like, no, don't do that. And then be like, hey, not bad. No matter how much it hurts, just don't show it.
Right. They're like, that's the Reaper. You're like,
I hope Gunny is ready to talk. A lot of talking from Gunny, huh?
I don't know. I'm pretty much at this point neutral.
Yeah, I'm not neutral at all, dude.
I still feel it, but it's not stopping me from performing anymore.
I feel like now I can just be me.
I need to call in to record a podcast with a couple of friends in 15 minutes. So hopefully my tongue will be perfectly normal by then.
Woo, I feel like I could breathe fire.
Greenbean, thank you so much for joining us and going through this pain with us. We appreciate the visit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for sending me the sauces. We've been enjoying them, as you can see. You know, we've 2 out of 3. Yeah, I mean, it's been, you know, like my wife and kids. It's like it's added to our lives, so I appreciate it.
Nice.
You put the Los Calientes barbacoa on a hamburger, a grilled burger from that back on the deck, and it's perfection.
Yeah, the middle one's going to go great on a steak or burger. Fantastic.
All 3 sauces are gluten-free, Matt O'Leary.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm still miserable. You know what it is? It's my gums. Like it has gone from the roof of my mouth, which still hurts. It's hurting my gums.
Yeah, I feel that.
I don't get gum pain. I treat
my gums
very well. I floss hard. I do serious flossing and water picking.
So do I, and it makes me want to floss right now.
Right now. What's really nice about the Apollo is if you don't like your dental hygienist, you do a shot of it right before your cleaning and just breathe on them for a half an hour.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to floss right now.
I like how Jeremy keeps snacks at his recording studio. Greenbean keeps floss.
So this is not a 9. This is an 8 because I could do another if we had time, and I'm not running to the bathroom.
Yeah, if I didn't have to go record a podcast, I could do another shot right now.
Yeah.
Again, still wouldn't enjoy it, but I could do it.
It would be super painful.
I heard there's no real such thing as pain memory. It's really hard to compare. All I know is that my tongue fucking hurts really bad.
I mean, if there was perfect pain memory, everyone would be a one-child family. There would be no second children.
Yeah, right. Like not doing that again.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Good.
Holy shit. Good. I think I might be doing the burn turn right now.
Excellent. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Jeremy, you want to wrap us up with some Jets Chaos action?
Jets Chaos action. Yeah, I'm going to wrap us up with Jets Chaos action. But first, I'm going to say, Greenbean, thank you for coming on. Thank you for doing the show. I want to let everybody know here the Thursday night thick of it on Greenbean Jets Fan is about to start, 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Check it out. If you're wondering who that guy Matt O'Leary is, he's on this closing video right here. So
wait. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Ring
right.
the bell for notifications. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Send us your firstborn.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now here's a message from my friends from the Jets Lounge.
Let's go! We need JJ! We want JJ! We want JJ! Let's go!
JJ! We got Johnson! We got Johnson at 26! We got Johnson at 26! This is great!
It is Matt, it is Richie. We are hanging out with the Jets Lounge guys. Richie, my man, how's it going?
Matt, this is sick. We're at the Jets Lounge event in Farmingdale. The main event is what it's called. We got the entire Rucker family over there.
Jets!